Hey Buddy Fighters, today we're opening up 3 Garga decks, Impact, Triple Punisher, and I'm going to quickly have a look at the details and everything. And by the way, the Buddyfight channel, I appreciate your thought. I just want to give a quick few thoughts real quick. So first off, I'm not sure about a giveaway, but I did leave a comment there. So really great to see that they want to reach out to the community. And again, check out the Buddyfight channel, the official English one, if you haven't already. So let's have a look at this. And also, Smash Ultimate is out. Definitely having fun with that. So let's open this up. First off, we have a promo right here for Vanguard and Buddyfight, and I think Bang Dream and other stuff should be in here, and the new Buddyfight newsletter, so that's in there. We have this right here, which I believe is a double playmat, which is awesome to see. Let me open this up. I did open one in the X Duel chest if you guys want to see that, the double playmat, but they do give you 2 generic life counters. I don't believe we've seen them in this style until since season 1 basically. So that's kind of cool to get. You got the Buddyfight Ace, like your standard stuff, and I believe yes, this is a double playmat. So that's awesome to see one of those again in a special product, just like the X Duel chest from last year. Here is the Blow Up Punisher, which I will open up in a sec, even with another balloon kit to pair it up, as the Bushiroad staff showed in the video. And then we've also got the 3 decks right here, which of course we're gonna have a look at. We got the Magic Garga. The printing on these cards are just crazy. Anyways, we'll have a better look in a second. Of course, you got Dragon Garga 2. And then we've got some random stuff just to hold everything together. So that's basically the box. I'm going to blow the Punisher, and then we'll get to the cards and see how that goes. So yeah, again, also you have the it's upside down. Darn it. Okay, you got the contents and everything on the back. If I can move this. Everything right there. Let me pause the video. Hopefully the camera's focusing. But yeah, it's really nice to see this on consistent in Buddyfight products, and the box you can also put your cards in and stuff. So I will be right back. Okay guys, well here is the floaty. So looking at it from above, it is pretty darn big, a lot bigger than I thought. And just for comparison, I'm going to grab this card right here, the Gargantua Punisher card, and put it right next to it. And as you see, this thing is massive. It's definitely a lot bigger than what I thought it was. And yeah, you can swing this around, Gargantua Punisher, just be like, bam, however it falls in the anime. I'm pretty sure it's just like that. But yeah, really cool that this comes with the Bushiroad product. I think it did add to the cost. I remember it being like $20 US for the original Gargantua Punisher on the Bushiroad shop. But yeah, the product was definitely a lot more expensive than I thought, but it's definitely worth to get this, like just to mess around with, just to have as a collector's item. Only problem is that it's really flimsy on the handle, and as you see, this is really firm right now from a lot of air, but it's just a bit annoying because you have to hold it higher up like this, which I don't mind, to actually be able to wield it and like hit people on the head and stuff. Again, don't hurt your brother, just don't beat people up with this, but it's a super fun product to have, and it's pretty darn big compared to the card, which is insane. Anyways, let's get back to the product. Okay, now while the sword might be worth it to some people, we're definitely here for the cards. So let's open these up. I'm going to talk about a lot of the cards and whether you should use them or not, and just really my thoughts. But yeah, if you're new to Buddyfight or if you're a collector, I definitely buy this, especially with 3 decks. There's so much playability. First off, oh my gosh, the printing on these. Okay, we got to take a moment to appreciate it. First off, let me put it to the side right there. I got the sleeves. We have got Gargantua Dragon Tempest mode, and wow, you can tell that Buddy Rares just by looking at these, whether they be a demo deck or whether it's a legitimate card that people are playing as their buddy, that this is just incredible foiling. And so you've also got detailed patterns just going out, and the gold/yellow is just really nice. So we've got that right there, and I'm going to grab some sleeves for this because I swear people are going to flame me. I'm just going to throw them into these Ultra Pro real quick, and I'll double sleeve them or something later. But yeah, really nice to get Tempest mode, and I'll talk about them later. We have also got, if I can throw that to the side, Break of, sorry, the red I almost read as Break of Dawn. Anyways, oh my gosh, so hard to read with this gold foiling. Daybreak Roar Gargantua Dragon. Oh my goodness. Anyways, we'll talk about this guy later too, but looking at the foiling again, it's pretty incredible. And did I just grab him twice? I grabbed 2 cards. Whoops. We've also got Boomerang Dragon as a foil as well, which I almost shoved into the sleeve. So we'll talk about him later. Shove that in there, along with Tempest. But of course, what we actually have to sleeve is Gargantua Punisher right here. And this is basically like an ace rare foiling. You only get 1 of each per deck with a different art, because of course you got one for Magic, Dragon, and Katana. But it's really cool to get this, and my gosh, you can really see the SP gold printing that goes into it, and I think it definitely pays off. So let's sleeve that up. I gotta sleeve up Boomerang Dragon as well. I'm gonna put these on the side really quickly, but let's just have a quick look at the deck. So first off, you get 4 copies of Dragon Tempest. So cards in your field that basically attack 3 or more times, you basically get the extra crit +2 with triple attack. So really nice power and aggressiveness. So If you don't have Blast Mode or certain cards or Tempest, then you can play this. But there are other better Garga forms that I would run in preference against this, but still really nice card to have, and it's pretty strong in the deck for being a pre-built deck. Of course, you got 4 reprints of Gargantua Dragon with alternate art, which is really nice for your G-Evo at the end of battle. And then you've also got 2 Daybreak Roar Gargantua Dragons, so I assume it's going to be the same pattern per deck. But basically, this guy, on attacks you draw, the only difference is you don't have move, and you don't have double attack on this card. Sorry, you do have move, but you don't have double attack. And the move, basically, because it's at the end of battle, you can move, and if he's destroyed and still in the field at the end of the battle, then you can G-Evo into something as well, which is nice. So you've got 2 copies right there within the 1 dragon deck. We've got 2 copies of Boomerang right here. So, 2 gauge top card deck into Soul. When this card enters field, drop the top 3 cards of your deck, put up to 1 DD Dragon Tribe monster from all them into your hand. Then if entered by G-Evo, you can put up to 1 of them into your hand. So basically 1 specifies monster second effect. So essentially you can go 2 hand cards or +2 into your hand, which is really nice. And again, with Move and Soul Guard, it can be a little bit more defensive. So you've got 2 copies. Okay, moving on, we've got 2 copies of Sturm Gar's Dragon. Gar Dragon. It's not Gar's Dragon. Anyways, we've got 5/2/1, size 2, 1 gauge, and with top card deck in this card Soul. When this card attacks, you have 5 life or more for this turn. This card gets crit +1 and double attack, so 3/5 double. And it's got Move and Soul Guard. So it's not bad. Obviously, you want to be playing Garga instead of this in your as your size 2, but still not bad in the deck. We've got 4 copies of Gale Gardra right here. So it's a 7/1/1, size 1 monster. When this card attacks, if you have DD Dragon Tribe item equipped, for this turn this card gets double attack, so it becomes a 7/1 double attacker. And as a lot of the cards now have 7/8 defense on average usually, you're mostly able to take down most cards. Or sorry, not most cards, most wall decks. Sorry, wall cards. I'm getting my stuff mixed up, but basically the good power and double attack isn't bad. So we've got 4 copies right there. But again, you want a lot of cards to be centered around Garga, so yeah, maybe not too great. Tokiyami is the best Garcat, so basically when you gain life, you gauge 1, gain a life, and draw 1 once per turn. So nice resource cards. You got 2 copies of him right there. We have 2 copies of Gardog in the Sunlight Forest. Forest is kind of just randomly thrown in there, but you basically get to gauge and gain a life. Sorry, when this card attacks, it's only gain 2 life. Never mind. Forget the gauge, but 4/1/1, size 1, it's honestly okay. I wouldn't really play it, but hey, if you want that extra life. Garbird taking it easy. 4/1/3, size 1. Counteract, if you have Dragon, call this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed, put the top card deck into your gauge and gain a life. Okay, first off, do keep in mind this is not like, what's it called, Mock Braver. It does not redirect the attack to itself. Now, while you can counter call this, if your opponent is, let's say, attacking you and you call this to the center, you will still take that damage as it does not redirect it to this attack. The attack target still remains you and not Garbird. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, it's pretty cool to get a counteract call from hand, and again, you can use this aggressively as well. So yeah, 2 in the deck, interesting card. We got 2 Gar Ostrich right here, so 2/1/2, size 0. At the end of battle, this card, you can put this card in field and drop zone, gain 2 life, so that's pretty nice as well. And of course, we've got 2 of Gar Run Up with Gardog and Yuga, so you either get to gauge 2 or put up to 1 DD Dragon Tribe monster from your drop zone into your hand and gain 1 life. Not honestly bad, but again, I'm saying a lot of these cards aren't bad, but again, it's in the grand scheme of things. I'll basically point out cards that I think would be really good or are actually played in like competitive decks. But honestly, overall, most of these cards aren't too bad. Gar High Ring, you gain a life for each Dragon Tribe monster on your field. Then if you have a Dragon on your field, draw 1, so this isn't bad. Especially if you can't afford some of the more expensive cards like Gar Oracle and stuff like that from older sets. But honestly, Garga isn't too expensive, or maybe Katana World and maybe Magic Garga, because they've got secret packs. But honestly, it's not that bad. Anyways, you got 2 Garsegan right here. So basically, it's like Botex Link, but instead of check top 3, you gain 2 life and draw 2, which is pretty nice. I don't know how much Garsegan is used, but this card is definitely really nice from this. You only get 2. You basically get to nullify an attack in your opponent's turn if you have DD Dragon Tribe on your field, and then you gauge 2, gain 2 life if you have a Dragon, which is really nice. The gauge and the life. You get 4 copies reprinted of DD Green Dragon Shield, which is nullify gain 3, which is pretty nice to get 4 of instead of the 2 from the original trial deck, and it's got some new artwork as well, which is very nice. You've got 2 of this item right here. DD Dragon Tribe Twin Swords Gar Anthem, so it's a 6/1, 1 gauge. When you gain life for this turn, this card gets critical +2 and double attack, so it becomes a 3/6 double attacker, which is pretty darn nice. Especially if you don't have, let's say, like Gar Sword from the Secret Pack to get double. And of course, we got DD Dragon Tribe Gar Cutlass, so 5/2, 1 gauge. When this card attacks, if it's size 1 or less DD Dragon Tribe Sorry, stand a size 1 or less DD Dragon Champion field. I almost read that as rest for a second. But yeah, getting another attack for your size 1 or less. You can use that with, like, let's say Guard Dog to get another +2 life or whatever. So interesting combos you can pull off there, which is 4, which can really be pretty fun sometimes. And of course, you've got your Impact with Yuga. Sorry, not Impact. The Dragon World flag with Yuga right there. And then 3 copies of Garga Blade Blast. I almost said Blast mode for a second there. Anyways, you only cast this card for your opponent's 5 life or less. Your cards have attacked 3 or more times during this turn. If you have a Drag God on your field, basically pay 3 gauge and deal 5 damage to your opponent. This card cannot be reduced. So it's a slightly worse Gargantua Punisher. So yeah, 3 copies of that. Cool arts. And we're done with Dragon World Garga. So definitely the cards you want to look out for would be this for sure. It's definitely really nice. Maybe Garsegan, just for the gain 2 life, draw 2 if you want to tech that in your deck. Honestly, nothing here too great competitive-wise. You definitely want a lot of these, so it's great that you get a lot of them in the deck. But yeah, that's basically it for the Dragon Garga. We'll have some buddy fights hopefully with that. And let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Katana World Garga. So I know someone who definitely wants to trade for these Katana Garga World cards. But yeah, hopefully you guys will see a video of that soon. But let's put that to the side and quickly have a look. This deck, in particular, Katana Garga, has a lot of reprints and new cards that are really, really nice. So, first off, we've got Jiraiya right here, which is just an incredible looking card. Wind Demon Dragon from SBTO2. It's just a bit better because it's got the counter call, so you can basically do it in response and start of attack phase and get Ninbird off, which we'll have a look at later, which is also an incredible card. But yeah, Jiraiya Dragon isn't bad if you don't have anything else, but man, I just love the foiling on the back of this in the green. It just works so well, and the artwork is incredible too. So that is smushed together. They were kind of just stuck, so we got Jiraiya Dragon right there, which is a really nice card, which we'll talk about later. We have got, if I can read this, Gargantua, I'm going to butcher this name, Kirigura Dragon. So really nice. The artwork on this one I absolutely love. It basically, when it enters, allows you to search up for 1 ninja arts from your deck into your hand and shuffle. Then if entered by Giovo, you gain 2 life and draw 2, which is pretty darn nice. Especially when you're able to search for any ninja arts from your deck. So we've got 1 of the special foiling right there. And of course, we've got Deity Gargantua Punisher SP foiling, which is what I'm going to call it. I do have the original one right here. So there you go. It's basically the same thing. This one just looks a bit better, obviously, because of the foiling. But you only get 1 per product. So let's put that in real quick. And I believe we have 1 more. Or is it the same as the Dragon deck? Yes, we do have 1 more. Okay, never mind, we don't. Let me just check really quick. What extra did we get in this that we did not have before? Oh, Daybreak was the only one. Is there a foil Daybreak later? I don't believe there is. Anyways, let's find out. So the first Dragon DD one had a foil Daybreak, which I assume is to be played. Here we've only got 4? Is that 3? Anyways, let's have a look at the deck real quick. So we got 4 copies of Gargantua Jiraiya Dragon. As I already talked about, Wind Demon is better just because he's got counter and gets you 2 tokens. But yeah, you can pair this with, what's it called? The item it's a secret and a rare in Dimension Destroyer to get +6 and +2 crit if you combine it with Jiraiya to all your tokens, which is really nice, and move in Soul Guard. So yeah, you're getting 2 tokens, but it has to be on enter, and Katana World and Magic World do not currently have a mode switch yet. I don't know if they ever will, but yeah, mode isn't too great. It's just because Wind Demon is just a bit better. But I mean, if you want to play it, go ahead. And again, if you don't have really any other options, but there aren't too many, or you don't have it, then I definitely play it. But I mean, because Wind Demon is an ace rare, you can definitely afford it. Okay, we got 4 copies of Gargantua Dragon. Already talked about him. I'm taking too long, so I'm gonna move on. Pretty straightforward. Kind of weird how you only have 3 copies here, but that's kind of just how the deck is pre-built. Daybreak, Roar, Gargantua Dragon, you get 3 opposed to the 3 I believe that we got in the Dragon World one, but one of them were foiled, so I think you only do get 1 Daybreak, Roar foil, but in the product, but I'll check to that later. This guy, the Searcher, so essentially you've got 3 in your deck, which is pretty nice. We already talked about him. We've got 2 Ninbirds. Definitely the card you want from this product. It is really good. Either be in Dragon Ein or in Katana Garga, which you definitely want it and need, really, for the deck, whether you're playing competitive or just for fun. Anyways, you can only call it once per turn, but when a Dragon monster enters, you can drop a hand card, gain 2 life, check top 3, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom deck in any order. Now, because it is on enter, again, you can use the counteract of Wind Demon, and then bam, call him out and use the effect in response to something before, just to get that extra hand. And Katana Garga can draw and get a lot of stuff into your hand, so definitely a good card you want 4 of. Okay, Moving on, we've got 2 Flash of Moji Nincat, I believe is how you say that. 3, 2, 1, size 1. This card attacks and you choose up to 2 ninjas with different card names you drop. So I was about to say it a different way. And you can drop a hand card if you put the chosen cards into your hand. So again, being able to grab back your size 1s, your Dragons, whatever it may be, is really nice. So 2 copies right there. Plus the artwork is pretty nice. 2 of, I don't know, what is this? Evil, Nindog, if you want to call it that. Battle Dog Under the Noon Nindog. So it's 3, 2, 1 right there. Which cards field gauge for each DD Dragon Tribe monster in your field. So you can gauge 3 if you got a size 0. So basically you have 2 other monsters in your field because it counts itself. You get 3 gauge, which is pretty nice. Okay, moving on. We've got 4 copies of the size 1 here. So it's a 3/1/1 Shadow Dive, and if you drag on your field, this card gets critical +2. So pretty straightforward. Not the greatest card, but hey, I mean, it's got Shadow Dive, so you know, memes. We've got this guy right here, DD Dragon Low Rank Ninja Kugurashima. I believe I'm saying that right. 2/1/2 size 0. If you're trying to field, choose a Dragon monster drops on, you may drop a hand card. If you do, put the chosen card into your hand, which is pretty nice to grab stuff. And then you have a lot of cards that can grab from drop. 2 copies of DD Dragon Low Rank Ninja. How do you say that? Karakinmazu, I believe. So it's basically like a boomerang dragon, but you gauge gain a life. So pretty nice. And because you're returning back to your hand on your opponent's turn, you can drop it for an effect. Okay, we've got 2 copies. This is the MVP of all Katana World decks pretty much at this point. Or at least for Draw Ninja and for basically a lot of stuff. Anything that needs to drop hand cards, it is just absolutely amazing in. So this was actually a promo before. It had Byakuya, or no, Shiden on the art before, I believe. Futon Sweeping Whirlwind. When it's discarded from your hand, you can gauge and draw. And put a ninja from your drop zone into your hand is its initial effect. So really great card. Definitely want 4 of this in the deck. But yeah, it's really nice to get 2 and for it to get reprinted in the set. We have Ninja Arts Hiding in Fallen Leaves, counter gain 3 life, which isn't too bad, but the great effect is the second one, which drop from your hand card, gain life, draw a card. Especially when you're spamming this with, let's say, Ninbird, for example, you can discard, gain 3 life, draw, and then check again. Actually no, if Nimbird would resolve first, and then you get the gain life draw. Anyways, we got this nice card right here, DD Dragon Futon Galeblade, which is a new card. Return a size 2 or less or monster, size 2 or less monster or spell. I don't know what's wrong with me today. From opponent's field to hand, when this card is dropped from your hand by a card effect, choose a card in opponent's field, you can pay 1 life. If you do, return the chosen card to hand. So again, having a drop effect and its own initial effect is really great. So 2 copies. We'll definitely tech this in. We've got 2 copies of another really, really great card in Gar Ninjas. Combat Rations Gar Rice. Now it is a counter, which is really nice. You only cast this card if you have Dragon Monster on your field and total power of your cards is 12,000 or greater. This is really easy, especially when you have Jiraiya and Wind Demon to call counters. Sorry, not counters, tokens. But yeah, draw 2 is really great. So, moving on, we've got 4 of this MVP. Really nice to see 4 of this included. DD Dragon Doton Cliff Spinning Wall. So you only cast this card to attack opponent's turn if you have a DD Dragon Tribe Ninja on your field. Sorry, just DD Dragon Tribe. I don't know what's... I keep adding extra stuff today. Anyways, nullify the attack. Then if you have a hand card, then you may drop a hand card. If you do, you get to gauge to draw a card, and then afterwards you resolve the effect of the dropped card. So 4 copies of that. Gauging and drawing, getting some extra draws or whatever effects it may be is just really nice. 2 copies of DD Dragon Wrist Guard Garclaw. 6/2, 1 gauge, 1 life. If you have a Dragon monster in your field, all monsters in your field cannot be destroyed by a card's effect. It's honestly not bad. I don't really know how to feel about this card, but it's not that bad, and your options are kind of limited right now. You also have this card as well. Also, I want to mention that this is actually the first item in Katana World that we get that actually has the ninja attribute. If you actually check, none of the Katana World items that we had before had ninja, which kind of sucked. So the new Tsuge Kage coming from Buddy lineage actually buffs this up. But anyways, besides that, moving on. 4/2, pay 1 gauge to equip. Counteract, if you're being attacked, you can drop a hand card. If you do for this turn, next time damage you take, it's reduced by 3. So 4 copies of it. It can be offensive, defensive card, really nice, and the artwork is pretty awesome too. So, again, I'm going to say a lot of cards are good, but any ones I specifically point out are your ones to go to for... Like, unless I make it obviously, painfully obvious that it is supposed to be for competitive. But anyways, I'm just really loving a lot of these cards. And of course, DD Dragon Tribe Ninja Arts, Multi-Blade Whirlwind. The art for this is just awesome. Anyways, you only cast a card for your opponent's life is 5 life or less. You have a dragon on your field. 2 gauge, deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of monsters with 6,000 power or greater on your field, plus 2. So basically, if you have 3 monsters in your field, plus 2, that's 5 damage, and it can't be reduced. So... not bad. Again, obviously you want to play Punisher over this, but hey, it's pretty nice if you want to tech it in. but it's still basically exactly the same, and Punisher makes it easier to get off. And of course, you've got your Katana World flag with Yuka on it, so 1 copy. Let me put this to the side without breaking stuff, and let me check the Magic World. Now, this is the one that really interests me. I think Katana Garga, in my opinion, is the most fun. I haven't play tested them yet, except for on BFA. But you can't argue with the art here. Like, Blade Mage not Blade Mage, Flare Mage looks awesome. Blade Mage is until SBTO 3, which is the 3rd set for Ace, Awakening of the Gods, I believe is what it's called. But anyways, we gotta have a look at this. So, do we get, so you only get 1 foil of Daybreak Roar, Daybreak Roar Gargantua Dragon, which is in the Dragon World one. That's pretty weird, but it's, 3 per set. Anyways, let's have a look at this bad boy. So, first off, you've got Gargantua Flare Mage. Just the art for this is incredible. Anyways, let's quickly talk about it. So, the 722, basically in summary, if it enters by GFO, and then you attack, and it's got a GFO and Soul, you can get triple attack if you turn a spell. If not, you don't have a GFO and Soul, it gets double. Either way, it's really great, and it's got move and Soul Guard. So it can be offensive and aggressive, offensive, defensive. I mean, it's just an overall aggressive card. Anyways, the artwork looks incredible, so let's put that to the side. And then you've got Gargantua Ice Mage, which isn't as great, but still has some awesome art. And when it enters the field, you gain 2 life, and then by GFO, you gain 3 life and draw a card. So essentially +5 and draw a card. So yeah, 2 really nice cards that I'm going to instantly sleeve because they are incredible. And I think I do know someone wants to make Magic Garga, but this card is definitely really nice. And again, this set, Magic Garga cards aren't out until SBTO 3. Of course they fall over. Okay, I'm running out of time and the camera's dying, but we've got DD Gargantua Dragon right here. Can I say Gargantua Dragon? I meant... Okay guys, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry. The video might be late. My battery camera died. But anyways, let's continue. We've got DD Gargantua Punisher Magic World SP Rare, and I've got to say, just from the artwork and the foiling and all the blue on this card, it just is my favorite artwork from this card, from the set basically, or box, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's really nice to get this early, especially because we don't have BTO 3 out yet. But yeah, there you go. The Katana World Garga, and especially with the light blue sleeve, looks really nice. So there you go. We've got Gargantua Punisher from Magic World. Again, we got 4 Flare Mage. Definitely a great card. Double attack or triple attack. You don't have too many options as, BTO 3 isn't out yet, but definitely a great card in Magic Garga. We've got 4 copies of Gargantua Dragon, of course. 3 copies of Daybreak Roar Gargantua Dragon, as usual. Finally got the name that time. We have 2 of some generic size 2s again. What is this one called? Sorcery DD Dragon, Bilboros, 722, size 2. 1 engage top card deck in this card. So when you cast a spell, you gain a life, and for this turn, this card gets Penetrate and Counter Attack. This ability activates once per turn with move, double attack, and soul guard, so a nice mashup of abilities. So 2 copies of him right there. Again, we've got 2 of Ice Mage, which isn't exactly the greatest card, but it's nice just for fun. Gain life, draw. I don't know if it's really played competitively. I don't know if it is, but definitely an interesting card. I think maybe people play 2 or 0 of. I don't really think it's too great, but you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I'm not really talking about competitive right now. We got Magic Hat, Heat Garga, Heat Magic. See, I cannot read today. I'm probably just tired. I don't know what it is. Anyways, 5/1/1, size 1. When you cast a spell, you get to gauge shoot. If you have a dragon on your field, for all turn DD Dragon Tribe, monsters you field get power plus 2000, which is just really, really nice. 2 copies of the MVP of DD Dragon Tribe, aka Dragon Ein, and Dragon World Magic is Transmitter Magic Dog. So you can only call him once per turn. When he enters, you just discard any DD Dragon Tribe from your hand with it be impact, item, or monster, and you get to gauge and draw 2. It is just a really good card. So 2 copies of him, you definitely want 4 of. You've got a really nice card, Synthesis Failed Magic Bird right here. So it's a 3/2/1. When this card attacks, you can put a guard from your jobs and soul from monster in your field. If you do, draw a card with Soul Guard. So you can put it into his soul or into your Garga. 2 copies, sorry, not 2 copies, 4 if I can pick them up here. Okay, there you go. 4 copies of Sorcerer DD Dragon Von Sage. When this card is field, you gain a life. You have another DD Dragon Tribe on your field. Return up to 1 monster from your opponent's field to hand. Honestly, having a bounce effect is really nice, and size 2. Okay, we got 2 copies of Ulu Owl, which is size 1. Starting this field, choose a Dragon monster in your job, you pay 1 gauge. You do put the chosen card back to your hand, so again, being able to grab back your Dragons, which is really nice. Especially the base evolutions, because you only have 6 in the deck. Okay, I had to make another cut, but here it is. Nice one again with the reprint with Yuga and Garga art looking incredible. 1 gauge, draw 2, and really nice reprint. We have got Teaching of Fighting Emperor, 2 copies. Whoops, I had to pick up the 3rd card right there. Basically, gauge for every DD Dragon Charge Center on your field. If you drag out, draw a card, which is really nice. More resource. 2 copies of God Magic Tio Fortori. Choose these one of the following 2. You either stand and drag out on your field, or for the turn, give a drag on your field critical +1 and double attack. So you have 3 crit, quadruple attacking Flare Mage, which is pretty crazy. You've also got Warrior. I have no idea how to say that, but it's a really good card just for Magic World in general, because you can bounce any card if you have 3 or more spells in your drop zone, and this is definitely played in a lot of decks. Like, I think it's played in 72 Pillars. I don't think it is, but I know it's played in Lost Shades for sure. Definitely played in Magic Garga. It's just really bouncing anything on your opponent's field is just really good, especially because it's a counter. We got Protect Magic 4-up, which is really nice to see of. Really great card in DD Dragon Tribe Magic. You only cast this card during type opponent's turn, but a spell from your jumps on the bottom of your deck, engage, gain a life, draw. It's just a really good card, and it's really nice to have 4-up. 2 of the MVP of this, basically. Great spell Circle of DD Dragon. My bad. Anyways, this is a really great tag card that plays in basically every single Magic deck that I've basically, like, it's just a really great tech card, and it's for obvious reasons. So you get the buff 1k, which really isn't too great, but the second effect is what's really good. At the start of your bonus turn, you choose a spell on your drop zone, you drop a hand card. If you do, put the chosen card into your hand, and that is just a really good tech effect, especially when you have cards that, the Wizard and other stuff, that when there are dropped, you get some additional effects. So yeah, it's really nice, especially just being able to, like, say you use this, you grab it back your next turn, grab a defensive spell, whatever you need. And it's just a really nice tech card. So 2-up. You've got 4 copies of Kane right here. Kind of weird how you only have 4 items in this deck and the others have a lot more. But anyways, you've got this item right here. So DD Dragon Sword Kane, Gar Courage. You got 1 gauge. When you cast a spell, for the turn, the card gets critical +2 and penetrate with 7/1. So really nice to get that. And we've got 4 copies. Currently the only Magic World item, I believe the only one else we have is Magic Broom, which you're getting in BTO3. And a really nice border with a Magic World Impact. I'm just getting things all kinds of mixed up, and it's kind of hard for me to see through the camera. Anyways, the only cast card for your opponent's life is 4 life or less, and if you have a Dragon monster in your field, put 3 spells in your drop zone on the bottom tick in any order and pay 2 gauge. Do 5 damage to your opponent. This damage cannot be reduced. This is the only impact that is the budget Gargantua from all 3 decks that doesn't deal 5 damage. Either way, it's still pretty cool artwork, but again, obviously you want to play Punisher over it. And you've got Yuga winking on the Magic World flag because reasons. So yeah, that is the entire product. Definitely be ready. I'm going to sleeve up these decks, maybe get some play tests or some videos done. But thank you to those who have stuck around and watched the video. I'm kind of just done with today, so hopefully I can rest up, get a bit better. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely get it for the Gargantua Punisher just in case. And I know this video is going to end up being really long. So if you stick to the end, thank you so much. It means a lot. And keep on buddy fighting. See you guys later.